Last year we bought 40 acres of unorganized land in the Canadian wilderness. In our previous videos, we mentioned why we were not able to spend this past winter at our property, but our return to our land has not been as smooth as we hoped. In today's video, I'll be exploring the property, showing you where we would like to build our home, and hooking up our solar and water so we can move back in full time. So stick around friends as we share the ups and downs of off-grid living and building our future homestead. I'm excited. Finally gonna be able to continue my projects. This year I want to try to build at least a little house or a tiny house, something to be able to stay warm during the winter. When I got here last year, there was a lot of flies and mosquitoes, bugs. It was quite overwhelming. I'm gonna try a few things this year to try to keep it under control, at least around the property here. One of the things I'm gonna do about the mosquitoes is I'm gonna use something called a mosquito dunk. You put it in the water, and when the mosquito lays the eggs, they'll get eaten by that bacteria. I think it's a bacteria. That helps keep the population under control. And for the flies, I saw some people that had success using like this big fly traps, like sticky traps, just to also capture some of that. Like, I know I won't get 100% of them, but at least if I can reduce to 50% or whatever I can do to make my family more comfortable, I'm gonna try, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. So right now there's no mosquitoes, no flies. It's around 10 degrees. This is like perfect weather. But I know the mosquitoes are gonna come soon, and the flies as it warms up. So I want to get started in the methods that I'm gonna use. So this is the mosquito dunks. Kills mosquitoes before they're old enough to bite. So I'm gonna be dropping, tells you the quantity. The bigger the surface area of the water, the more you need to do. But if it's a small area, you can just break it into smaller pieces. Just follow the directions. Let's go get this party started. Somebody there already swimming around. Here, enjoy. Last year I started making a little small trail here in this part of our property next to where I did the well. Notice there's some wet spots around here. Here we go. I've been thinking about where I want to build our future house, and looking at the map I saw that there's this little creek that runs in the back. So I'm just wondering if maybe I can get a nice view. So I'm trying to get to the back of the property because that's where it is. Here it's like very dense forest, so I'm just breaking some small trees, cutting some branches. Making a trail helps me not to get lost. In a couple hours I was able to open up a way. Surprised at how fast it actually goes. Obviously it's not for an ATV to ride here or anything, but just for us to walk by. Wasn't too bad. So I want to keep going in that direction over there. So this is more or less where I left off. Halfway there. I took a break from clearing and I just decided to try to walk there, going around the stuff. and I came across this patch that's pretty cleared. So the spot I want to go is around that way. Even if I end up not building around here, there's still some nice trails I can make over here. And of course I had to choose the rainy day to come exploring. Found some poop here. Ooh, found another nice big pile here. Down there I noticed some rat tape. I think that marks my property line. Nice surprise. Yeah, I think this would be the view. Too bad it's too far from my property line. If this area was cleared, then I probably was up on a hill. So here you can see it drops down pretty dramatically. I'm gonna try to go down there and see. I might slip and get hurt. I'm not sure what the benefit of, well, I guess if we make a trail in the future, we know a nice place to go for a nice walk. Alright, let's see what's down here. Oh, it looks like there is a little creek actually. Check how cold the water is. Oh, feels nice. I might be kind of close to my property line. There where those yellow grass, tall grass is growing, that's where that little creek is. And up that hill, I think I'm already in my property, so. With that little dot on the map, sure looks like it's close, but I'm up it should be close to the property line, but I'm starting to lose sight of the creek. It's down over there. I found the markings for my property. Looks like this rock is on my property. Looks like a good spot to build a house on the rock. Just like the Bible says. The wise man built his house on the rock. It definitely is harder. That's a good spot. Starting to get worried because I was depending on my GPS. My battery on my phone was almost dying and I couldn't find the trail. I do have a compass actually. My knife that my wife gave me. I know my road goes east-west, so as long as I go north, I'll get to the road. Anyways, I found the trail, so now it's easier to get back. In conclusion, there might be a possibility to build on the rock and get a very nice view, but I don't think it's in the cards right now. It would take me years to clear all the way back there and make a road. It takes a lot of resources, a lot of gravel, and with my little machine, probably take me a long time to do it. So who knows, maybe in the future. I can see the trailer from here, which is right around there. I want to make sure that wherever I build, can't see me from the road. So I'm thinking probably around that direction over there. Anyways, I'm gonna go around maybe 200 feet from where the trailer is and start clearing. Obviously I'm gonna need to make a road coming this way, so I'm able to move the logs around with the tractor, because to do it by hand would be very hard. There's a lot of fallen trees around here, a lot of cleanup to do. I wonder what that is. That was scary. Wasn't expecting that. Another day here at the property. So the plan this week is to make everything ready so that we can come back and stay here full time. I still have to clean up the trailer. I'm working on mice proofing the trailer, because when we were away, the mice got in and made a mess in there. And we want to make sure that no mice are able to get in to the trailer. So I'm gonna be removing the fridge, the stove, the furnace, even the tub, because all those spaces I don't see what's behind there, if there's holes or where they're coming in from. Everywhere else I pretty much know all the gaps. There's a lot of wires and plumbing, so I want to make sure I see everything. So if there's any little holes, I'm gonna fill it up with some spray foam and some metal mesh to make sure the mice don't chew through it. But before I do that, I need some water, so I'm gonna be hooking up my pump and pumping some water to the tote next to the trailer. So yeah, let's get busy. All right, let me turn on the power. This place is a mess. I threw everything just like that because I needed power fast and wanted to save on gas, but I didn't have enough time to properly put all these wires inside conduit. So basically all the wires, since they're outdoors, they should be inside conduit so that they're safe from mice and anything else. So you have to put all the covers back on. Anyways, this is the solar panels coming in. Turn on the inverters. The battery should automatically turn on. Well, if they don't, I can just press the power button. So now I have three 5 kilowatt batteries. These grow out batteries are great because they will just sit on top of each other and they'll connect. The other one will sit right on top of this connection, so you don't need any wires to connect from one battery to the other. Alright, so let's see how much power we're getting. So it's at 97%. I'm charging. So right now I have 850 watts coming from one array of solar panels. I have two different arrays. And let's see this one. This one I have 1,100. So together it should be around 2,000, 2 kilowatts coming in. And it's cloudy outside today, so and I only have 15 panels connected out of my 24 panels. You guys are gonna have to excuse me. I know this place looks like a dump right now. I have a lot of things to clean up. I'm just always in a hurry, it seems. Right now I just want to finish cleaning up our trailer so the family can move back in. And once we're here full time, I don't have to waste time commuting here and stuff like that. Then I can start focusing on cleaning up and everything I have to do. I have to take care of this pile. I don't know if it's gonna happen this year. I need to burn that, but I have to do it before the dry season comes to make sure I don't cause a fire here or anything else. So I want to make sure I pump at least 2 totes of water and have a high pressure water pump ready to go in case anything's go out of hand. I have some water available to put the fire out. So gotta be safe. Looks like this tree fell right on top of my pipe. Hopefully it didn't damage anything. That looks fine. Now I gotta go get my chainsaw. It's always something. Now I have to go get some chain lube. No wonder I can never get anything done, eh? That's my connection to the pump there. Let's make sure everything's working still. When connecting the pump to the suction line, I need to make sure that it's well sealed. So I'm gonna put some Teflon tape to make sure I get a good suction. Otherwise, I stay priming the pump for a long time and never get water. So you need to make sure you seal all the connections very well on the suction line so you can get the pump working correctly. I like to go 6 to 7 turns. sure it lines up properly so you don't cross thread. I like to start it by hand to make sure it's going in properly, and then I'll get the pliers after that. If you're gonna be touching these fittings a lot, it's better to go with the metal ones, just because this plastic ones wears out after a while if you're always removing it and so I might change this after to the metal ones. Actually, I wanted to find a quick connect ones, but here in Canada it's hard to find stuff. I know the farmers use some 2-inch quick connects, but everything's so expensive. Yeah, that should do. I need to make sure I tighten these clamps here. I put 2 clamps on these barb fittings, because just one clamp, sometimes it works but sometimes it doesn't, so it's better to use 2 clamps. So I just tighten this up. Don't have to go crazy because these are plastic fittings, so just make sure they're nice and snug. Most likely when you remove it, if you want to disconnect it, you might need some heat over here so that you're able to disconnect it. That's why I have the torch with me, just in case. I'll see if maybe I can build a little housing for it so it doesn't stay here in the rain, and that way I don't have to disconnect it. But can't leave this in the rain. This is for indoor use. So this pump is from Canadian Tire. It's a Mastercraft. This one doesn't need a tank. It automatically shuts off when it reaches the pressure and it kicks back on. So this is a tankless model. It does still work with a tank, but you don't really need one. So that takes care of the suction line. Now let me go work on the outlet line. Now this one I'm not too worried about leaks right now because it's outside anyways. So I'm just gonna leave this old Teflon tape on. Now I close the faucet here all the way for the first time so it can get a little bit of pressure, and then after I'll open it up. So I'll leave this closed for now. And now I have to prime the pump. So in order to prime the pump, I need to open this up and fill it up with water. So need water to get water. I did bring some water from home in a bottle, so let me go grab that now. Alright, so I'm back with the water. So it's the first time this year that I'm using the well that I dug last year. If you haven't seen that video yet, make sure to check it out. Keep an eye on the pressure gauge, see if it changes. Did not. So I'll press the reset button here and hold it for a few seconds, like 30 seconds. And see something. Looks like I forgot something. Dangerous. Yeah, so water and electricity, not a good combination. But yeah, I forgot to tighten those clamps. You can see the importance of it. But at least it's working. Let's hope I didn't lose all my prime water. Alright. Take 2. Open it up a bit now. Out of the line. Gotta open it slowly so I don't lose the prime. That's looking pretty clear. So yeah, it worked. With this little bit of water I was able to prime the pump, because the distance from where the pump is to where I'm sucking water is very little. So I'm gonna run that pipe all the way up next to the trailer, and I'll fill up the tote. I'll clean it up first and then fill it up. So I let the water run a little bit. Now I'm gonna connect my filters. So I have a 50 micron filter here. Then I believe a 10 micron sediment filter or carbon filter. And then a 1 micron filter here just before it goes into the UV filter. I want to make sure the water is as clear as possible so that the UV filter is able to kill any bacteria that might be in the water. So now I just have to power on the UV light. Give it time for the lamp to warm up. When it stops flashing, and it's ready to go. Alright, so the light stopped flashing. So I had a few leaks. The filter housing wasn't tight enough because I had opened it last year to empty out the water. I did that, but this fitting over here looks like it cracked, so I'm gonna have to replace that. I don't have another elbow. I only have a straight one, so I'm gonna have to improvise. I guess there's another reason to not use those plastic fittings. Alright, let's see now if there's no leaks. Still here. Let's clean this up. Start filling the tote. I'm curious to see what my power consumption is while I'm running the pump. So let's see. Alright, so 468 watts on this inverter, and they split, so half, around 500 watts. So altogether is around 1000 watts or 1 kilowatt. My solar panels right now, they're not charging because the battery, when it gets to 100%, it starts discharging the battery, so not even sure how much power I'm producing. Let me see how much. Okay, so I'm getting 400 watts from the solar panels on this array, and this one I'm getting close to 600 watts. Yeah, so pretty much all the consumption that I'm pumping water right now is just coming from the solar. It's not using up the batteries. And this is already late afternoon, so the sun's already setting. And those panels are not in a good position whatsoever. But once everything is set properly, it should be working perfectly. But I don't think I'm going to be leaving the pump here today. After I'm done pumping water, I'm going to remove it till I set it up properly. This is the breathing hole. Sometimes I can peek inside and see how the water level is. Well, it's hard to see, but it did go down from where it was. I'm not sure what the yield is. Before winter I wasn't able to pump it dry, it kept on going. But right now I'm gonna try to fill up the whole tote and see what happens. Alright, so the next step is gonna be hooking this fitting here to the tote down here. And then it goes into the RV pump. From the RV 12 volt pump, goes into this filter over here that I hook up to the city water. And that's how I get the water from the tote into the trailer. Well, so far the yield is pretty good. I'm over almost at 200 gallons, 700 liters. Okay, I was able to fill up the tote with the water. I'm running out of time. Tomorrow I'll finish pumping the water to the other side where the laundry machines are. Fill up another tote over there. I'm gonna be putting the pump away though, because I still have to build something to put over the pump, protect it from the rain. I'm gonna love this chipmunk. Yeah, I'm pretty motivated to finding out where this chipmunk's getting in from, because I'm gonna tear this whole thing apart. Yeah, I think I found the source of where the chipmunks were getting in. I removed the wallpaper here because of the mold. Alright.